Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Climb.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Lisa. All right, so today's topic, we're going to kind of discuss how we handle our finances and kind of dive into that a little more. Go ahead.
All right. So we have each our own paychecks, and I have a disability, and she has some paycheck for her work, but different, and but we have different bank accounts.
But first, let's say why.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was married before. So of course, before we met, we each had our own lives, our own bank accounts. And so we got married almost 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your dad was still on your bank account with all your medical issues and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
kind of needing that.
Mm-hmm.
And to get his dad off the bank account and to put me on, we had to go to the bank or sign some paperwork or something.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
It's just more of a convenience issue of why we haven't yet.
Yeah, so I closed my bank account at that bank, and I opened a new one, and I signed myself up and Lisa, but I sent an email to her, but she's not signed up.
I think it went to a different folder because I don't remember seeing it.
Well, yeah, but when you're ready, you can just get it. But so that's my bank account, and she has hers too.
That I've had since like high school.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
But I want to get added to your account too. But it's not a huge deal. But different bank accounts. I like different bank accounts with separate income to different purposes. It's easier that way.
But also, in a biblical standpoint, we are one, and it does talk about, having everything together, which we are in the process of doing. But yeah, it's just been more about like what's convenient, not having to change around a bunch of stuff. Like you have so many things that come out of your checking account, same with me. And I mean, it is just about convenience because it's just kind of a pain to move everything. But yeah, adding you on is an easy way to do it instead of closing all the accounts and joining into one account. But
yeah, it is. So can you talk about different if your own bank account? And you can tell me.
Yeah, so I think a lot of couples do fight about money. I think that's a big deal in marriages. Luckily for us, I don't think we've really ever had that. There's never been that conflict. But about having a separate bank account, you're more likely to, some people spend money without their spouse knowing. They like their separate accounts, so they can do that. Or maybe they have a habit or something they don't want the other one being aware of. And that's just going to cause issues. I think you have to be totally open about your finances, where your money is going. So even if you do have separate accounts, if there is that knowledge of like, hey, we're not going to spend more than a certain amount without asking each other. Like if it's a really big amount, have the conversation instead of just willy-nilly spending it. But that's up to every couple, but I just think it avoids conflict.
Yeah, I can add your spouse to your account too. So that she wants to know where your money going.
Yeah.
So she can look, and
and it's not again about control, but just keeping the lines of communication open, and it just avoids unnecessary conflict. But I've heard stories, about people, and mostly women, because usually women are the shoppers in the marriage, but about, not wanting their husband to see their credit card bill, or, and maybe just one person handles the finances too. And so if the other spouse doesn't know where the money's going, I don't know, that could be kind of touchy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's good to, have secret things from your spouse and spending money where they don't know it's going. And I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be honest and transparent.
Yeah. Right. Also, this year too, we're tithing 100% of our income. We're tithing 10% to our church.
Yeah, every single paycheck.
Yeah.
The first bill we pay, or first whatever we spend our money on, is our tithe.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that first, and the other bills.
They get paid.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when I see it when it happens. And but this year we're really good with paying our tithe. But for us, every time we get paid, some couples, they do it once a month or every 2 weeks. But for us, every time we get paid, we take it out. The 10% go to our tithe, and it's easier for us. But it works for us.
Yeah.
Also, Lisa, I'm glad she has no debt, and her car is paid off, and good for her. And I'm glad you have living your life without debt. But for me, I have some debts, some college loans, and my truck. I have a loan for that. Also, our Trello trailer, we have a loan for that. And so we're trying to pay our debts off, and we're making progress. We already paid our credit cards off, and we feel good. We're left over money every month, but we're trying to do that.
Yeah, and what that looks like for us, I guess, is just watching what we spend money on, which we're not huge on spending money anyway. But, going out to eat as a family of 5 with 3 boys is well over $100. So that is like for special occasions. Like, we saved up for Corbin's birthday.
Yep.
So that we could do that. 16th birthday, kind of a big deal. And, and I don't ever want to be that family that necessarily has to say no to everything all the time because we can't afford it. And we've had to do that a lot in our marriage.
Yeah.
And it's not anything personal towards anyone. It's just like, hey, our bills come first, and like, we have to pay that. And then what's left over, I mean, we can still get together and do family things without just forking out money all the time. So yeah, just trying to be very, very cautious about what we spend our money on. And yeah.
And also, so talk about the bills. We have different bills, and if your spouse and you are working, like our situation, we receive our own income, but it's shared. But we she's pay for that some bill, and I pay on a different bill, and it works for us.
Yeah, we split them up, and sometimes like you might just run to Costco and buy some groceries, and then maybe, with my next paycheck, I'll buy the other things that you didn't get.
Yep.
You just split it up, kind of however that works. It's crazy though. Yeah, like everybody's situation is so different.
Yeah.
Their finances, who's in charge of it. And I remember when we got married and we were doing our marriage counseling, they asked us, who's going to be in charge of your finances? And we both just kind of looked at each other like, both of us, I guess. And they were surprised because I think most couples, they said, one person wants to have that full control. And so there's kind of conflict there.
Yeah.
Whereas we were both like, well, but that with us too, we've already been so used to taking care of ourselves. So I think it was just easy, like, to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we started this year and maybe last year too. But we have envelopes, and we put a name on there, like vacation, or one like fun night as a family, or 4th of July fireworks, and or Christmas, or so every time we get paid, or every so often we put money in there. So when times comes, we wouldn't spend money for something. It's already
just there, ready,
and is help us to save a little bit every month, and put in there, and when you need it, we use that. It helps. Not huge expense cash at that time, but we'll. Can you help me out?
So not just like, oh crap, all of a sudden it's, whatever the holiday, and we have no money saved up for presents.
Yeah.
This way we're doing it over like the entire year.
Yeah.
As example. So.
Yeah. So it works pretty well. You pick put envelope for car repairs or anything you
emergency
want, and if you need it, it's there. It's helped us.
Yeah, last year 4th of July, it sucked as far as like the firework things. I don't know why, like what we were doing before then, like up until that time, didn't think about buying fireworks, and that's not something we ever spend like a ton of money on or anything.
Yeah.
But we went to the store like the day before, and of course they were all sold out. And then we went into the store and found like little packs of fireworks, but they weren't. We thought like there were sparklers in there, little things, and it was just poppets and I don't like the little party favor things that you pull. I was like, this is so lame. And so, we kind of made it a point like, all right, this year we're going to put money aside so we don't have to even think about it. It's just there.
Yeah.
Like, poor kids. I'm like, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Throw some poppets.
But now we're prepared to have some money already in the envelope for 4th of July fireworks.
Well, mostly it's too like things I don't think about. Like we have a lot of between both of our families, a lot of birthdays and holidays all in the fall. Like October to December is packed.
Yeah.
It gets so expensive.
Oh yeah, maybe
start
for us,
making envelopes for that.
Yeah, for family birthdays. Yeah, like every month, almost every month, but it's birthdays.
Yeah.
We give some gifts and it's expensive, but
a lot of nieces and nephews and
yeah,
that would be good. Envelope for birthdays, and then even Christmas. I don't know why we haven't done that one yet.
Yeah,
that would also be good. No one likes to be stressed at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Or have like a credit card debt in January. I think that's how most Americans do it.
Right. Well, Lisa, she likes to plan ahead, and good for her. She's better than me.
And our sister-in-law Bella would say the same thing. She bought all her Christmas presents in like November.
Yeah.
And your brother was like rolling his eyes, but she's like, "Look, everything's done now, and you can enjoy December." Yeah. It's good to plan.
Good for them, but so if they have some money already saved up for that, do it. It's gotta get it for sale or early. Less stress on you when times comes. Yeah.
So you kind of got off track there, maybe, but envelopes.
Yeah.
I think that's where you were going.
Yeah, I talked about it. Also, some people we like talk about greed and money, and how we handle that. I'll read one scripture verse in Matthew 6:21. It says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And if you like make some money, it's good. It's help you to provide yourself and your family, but use your money to bless your family, and also give back to God, and your first fruits of your income, 10% go to tithe, and and also later on you give more. God loves a cheerful giver, and so we're be careful being greedy. Sorry, I can't talk too well. Some days I can't talk.
You're good. Yeah, greed. I mean, it's not wrong to make a lot of money. It's not wrong to want nice things. But it's when that becomes your motive, like your drive, like I just want to work so that I can have a new house, or I just want to work so I can have this, and this. Like, that is where it becomes like prideful and envious, and it's going to destroy you. Like, we come into this world with nothing and we will leave with nothing. So it's not about what you have, but yeah, your abilities and your talents, they're from God. Your ability to make money is from God. And that's why, we need to give back to him. And so, yeah, if you're a person that makes a lot of money, good for you. And you've worked hard for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But also just, it's not about keeping up with the Joneses and, matching what your neighbor has. I think that's where a lot of people get caught up in that, wanting, the biggest and best of everything. And that's just where it becomes prideful and can lead into sin. So,
yeah.
But yeah, if you have money, bless others with it. Save up for your kids, your grandchildren, help someone out. If we ever come into money, I don't know. I don't know what we do, but it'd be fun to just put cash in people's pockets or something cool.
Okay, say something. In my past, like when I was hospital, great people and God, He provided for me with money and finances. I feel really blessed, and I'm not providing for myself, but other people, and God, they did, and I feel really, really blessed. So maybe our goal, if have some money or your talents too, give it to other people and bless other people. It's I love like getting things, but it's more
gratifying.
Yeah, when you give something to someone else, and really good feeling.
Yeah, and it's hard, like for me personally, and I don't want to say it's like a pride issue, because I don't know, I just hate being like a burden on somebody. So to accept help or to accept something, I feel like I don't want to be a burden. And I heard once that, to stop someone from blessing you could be stopping God's blessing.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to help you out, accept it with open arms, because maybe that's what God called them to do, was to, help you with financially or whatever. And I think about the money we receive through the church and
Yeah.
in the mail randomly.
Yeah.
Just we don't know who it's from.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for it. So somebody had a kind heart and just, wanted to bless us, probably because God told them to. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
a gratifying feeling for sure to help somebody without, expecting that pat on the back, just to secretly do it, because God sees what you do in secret and he will reward you.
Yeah.
And then the scripture I wanted to share, I screenshotted this from the Bible app, but I don't know if it was actually in Proverbs. I don't have the scripture anymore, but it says, honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will overflow with new wine. So yeah, just kind of talking about the tithing, I guess, honoring God with what he gives you and blessing others with it.
Yeah.
What's next? Have anything else to touch on?
Not for me.
Like, talking about our bank accounts and I recently read something or heard something where this person said, look at your bank account and it will tell you a lot about yourself, how you spend your money, what you spend your money on, what you prioritize, what are your spending habits like, what are you feeding your mind and your body. So maybe everyone could take a look at their bank account and see if there's unnecessary spending habits and kind of what that does to you and maybe where you could cut back to if it's not necessary. A lot of things people can cut out of their lives and still function just the same. Also about spending cash versus a credit card.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk on Dave Ramsey a little bit, or?
Yeah, Dave Ramsey, he's like, no debt, and that you have debt paid off. He told me, he told us, it's different when you buy something just in cash, versus your swipe your credit card. It's some numbers, but I'm not sure what's the amount of numbers, but it's just statistics. Yeah. You spend your money with your credit card versus cash or your debit card. You spend more, like a 15% around there, more than versus in the cash. You running on credit.
Yeah, it's easy to whip the card out and swipe it versus looking, saying, "Oh, I have $20 in my cash."
Yeah,
and then or $20 in my cash, $20 in my wallet, and saying okay, I worked how many hours for this, and is it worth what I'm going to go spend it on?
Yeah,
is it worth this, plate of nachos?
Yeah,
probably not. And it just kind of helps you rethink.
Yeah,
what you're spending your money on.
So think about that. Maybe take a break, just buy 1 week, pay everything in cash, and how you
that'd be
feel.
good.
How you feel. It makes you think more how much you're spending on this or this or this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, if I took a week to do that, I wouldn't buy anything because I never have cash.
Yeah. Well, or debit card too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, debit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny how mentally that is a big switch in how you spend your money. Taking cash, only a couple hundred, whatever the amount, to the grocery store, and then being forced to budget out what you're buying.
Yeah.
And then just, this is all I got to spend.
Yeah.
Oh, also another thing I remember, I think Dave Ramsey talking about years ago when I used to listen to him, about just because something is on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it. You think about, you'd still have more money not buying something on sale.
Yeah.
Because you're not buying it. So, I know there's people out there that just go out to buy stuff And it's like, well, it was on sale. I'm like, great, but what if you didn't buy it? Then you'd still have that money in your pocket. And now if you're intentionally looking for something to buy and it's on sale, great, but not buying things just because. So yeah, being good stewards of our money. That's like number one thing we're trying to focus on this year. Cut back on a lot of things that maybe we would have spent money on. We're pretty frugal people anyway, but
yeah, we are
being even more just obedient and sticking to our goal about this year. So still trying to do fun things, and there are a lot of free things we can do for fun.
Yeah.
And just saving up. The envelope thing's a really good idea. If anybody wants to try that.
Yeah.
That doesn't already.
Good for us. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. Those envelopes are in your drawer somewhere. Ooh, I just gave away your secret hiding place. But yeah, we should go make some birthday and Christmas ones.
Yep.
So anyway, is that about it?
I think
Finances.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. See you later.